this is tutorial 4-5, and it picks up right where 4-4 left off. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to create centroid coordinates in a table. The first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding two new fields, one called X, one called Y. And both of them are going to be a double type. If we scroll down, they'll be right here. And what we're going to do now is we're going to right click on tract X, and we're going to calculate geometry. Just click yes on this. And once in here, what we're going to do is we're going to just look at everything. This is the coordinate system it's going to use and everything, units, decimal degrees, which is okay in here. So just click OK. And they have a table where it shows what it should look like. It should look similar to this. So, and you do the same thing for Y. And what it's doing is, for each shape for tract, it's going to find the coordinate system for the center of that tract, and we're going to later use this to make a point. So these are the coordinates for those tracks. And actually, this one was done wrong. The error I made was up here. I did not change it to Y coordinate of centroid, and that's why I got the same exact number as the X. So just click OK, and now it's been repaired. So once again, you right click, go to calculate geometry. Yes. If you're doing the Y, make sure it's the Y center, X for the same thing. You can also do perimeter and area in some. Right now, we're not doing that, but later tutorials, they'll probably get into that. So this is what your X and Y should look like. And what we're going to do now is we're going to export this as a table. So we're just going to come down to here. We're going to go to export. And we're going to do all records. And we're going to go up to our Esri Press GIS1 folder. We're going to go to our exercises in 4. And we're going to save this in our personal geo database that we've been making. And we're going to call this tract Centroid, and we're going to save it, and we're going to click OK. And we're not going to add it to our field yet, because we're going to show you how to add it through something else. So once that's done, we can close our attribute table. Now we're going to use the catalog through ArcMap. So if you don't have the tab over here, you can click on it up here. We're going to go to our folder, Esri Press GIS1. We're going to go to our exercises for open up our geo database. And what we're going to do is we're going to right click on our tract centroids, and we are going to click create class feature from XY table. And in here, we're going to click on coordinate system input, and we're going to import. Now what this means is we're going to use a coordinate system from a already existing shapefile, and we're going to use the tract system. So with that done, we just click OK. It brings us back in here, and Sometimes you might have to change this. Most of the time it chooses itself, but always make sure for the X field it's X, for the Y field it's Y. And we're going to want it to save to our chapter 4. And we are going to call it Census Track Centroids. And we're going to click save and then OK. And from there we're done with our art catalog, so we can just close that off. And we're going to go up to our add button and we're going to add that. So we're just going to go up and go into it. And as you can see, it placed a dot into every single tract right at the center. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open up the attribute table for cities, and we're going to highlight Phoenix. And with that done, we're going to right click on cities, go to selection, and we're going to zoom to selected feature, because this is where the majority of them are. And as you can see, every single little box has a dot in it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create some symbology for this map. So we're going to right click on the tracks layer, and we are going to go to the properties, and we're going to be working in the symbology. Now for tracks, they want us to go to quantities, and it's going to be a color ramp. And they want us to choose population of Hispanics. And they want us to normalize it by the total. So basically what this is going to do is this is going to give us the percentage of Hispanics. And they want us to go up to classify, and they want us to change the method to quantile. And with that done, we're just going to click OK. And then we're going to go to labels, and we're going to format it. They don't want as many decimal places, so number of decimal places we're going to bring up to 2. And we're going to click OK. And we should have that right there. I'm just going to check this real quick. Yep. It doesn't match how it is in the book. I'm not sure why that is. But this is the numbers I got. I chose Native Americans. I was supposed to choose Hispanics, so that's why it's different from the book. So I'm just gonna go in and redo that. It's always good to check the book every once in a while. Make sure you're doing things correctly. Once again, you don't want a lot of zeros. There, now it looks just like the book. That's how easy it is to make a mistake. So always double check your work. So with that done, we can click OK. And now we have percentages. This is how it is in decimal format. If you wanted to, you could go to Format Labels. You could change it to a percentage by choosing this option right here. If you click OK, it would look like that. But we're just going to stick with how they want it. Okay, and now they want us to go into the new feature that we just created. And they want us to go into properties, and we're going to be once again working in Symbology. But they want us to do graduated symbols. And in here they want the sizes be range from 2 to 10. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing income of total, PC income. And they want the template to be circle 2. So we're going to click OK. The range has stayed the same, 2 to 10. And they want us to go up into classify, and they want us to change the classes to 4 and quantile. So we're going to click OK. Then they want us to go to label, format labels, and they want us to get rid of the decimal places altogether. So we're just going to click on 0 and click OK. With that done, we're just going to click OK. And as you can see, now we can see the total income based on Hispanic population. So, and not all of them have it, as you can see. These little dots right here are very small income. So by looking at this, you can see that very little, where there's a lot of Hispanic population, there's little total income. And that is tutorial 4-5.